everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. I hope you're good and I hope you're well. My name is Chika Samuels, your fertility and lifestyle coach. Today is Fertility Friday and we're discussing everything fertility. We're discussing touching conversation, running conversations, not so spoken well about conversations. And it's something that everybody wants to hear. So today we're discussing something very, very critical. And we've been having a lot of engagements coming on the DM, right? And a lot of questions. And we have actually have a backlog of a lot of engagements that came from clients that enrolled from last year. So what we've been doing till the beginning of this year is to ensure that we attend to all those, because we don't take you on board if we know we can't help you, right? So we have been attending to those that have been on our paid fertility, either one-on-one coaching program or group coaching programs, and we have eased out. A couple of them are currently pregnant and some are on their protocols, so we have some space to accommodate some activities and programs, and we have some upcoming programs which I'm going to be talking to you about, like the 7 days fertility detox. The famous is one of our flagship fertility programs, a 7-day fertility challenge, and it's a detox program. Is one of our fundamental health protocols if you are intending to give birth in about within 6 months to 1 year. So it's one that we're very, very proud of, because he has yielded a lot of results, that we are proud of. So we're just basically gonna chat, right, and talk today, because fertility is a very personal and sensitive conversation. It's not talked about so much as it should in our community, in our culture. It's heard and seen and perceived to be a woman's problem, and research, my experience as a health coach over the years have shown that men are just as they also have contributory factors. It takes two to baby. It's one of my mantra. It takes two to baby, but physically, emotionally, psychologically, it takes two to make a baby. When the job that 2 people are supposed to do, one person is doing it, it takes longer, it's more overwhelming and more tasking. Someone was one of the couples that just enrolled, in a fertility group coaching program, the last set. One of the questions, she was like, there's a lot of people, all my friends are just popping up babies, and they're not as healthy as me, right? I'm the one that is eating salad, I'm the one that is doing juicing, I'm the one that is doing this, and they are popping out babies. They are not even as comfortable. They are not even in the healthiest environment and all that. Why is it not happening for me? It's one of our frequently asked questions, and and the answer is very, very simple, because you are on your own journey. You're on your own journey, and there is no two fertility diagnoses that are the same. Because a lot of people will be like, oh, they said this person had fibroid and then she got pregnant, but it's not the same fibroid that I have. So how come it's not happening? It's not the same. No two diagnoses. People don't tell the whole story. I tell you. People don't tell the whole story. And there's a lot that is not spoken, When the person says, oh, I have fibroid and I gave birth, she didn't mention that, the husband's sperm was making up for her lack. She didn't mention there were also air quality issues. She didn't mention there are a lot of things that people don't tell the whole story about. So the key is to do your own work. Know that you are running your own race, and there's no need saying, oh, I'm going to commit if this works for so and so random people, because everybody have a different ratio, different proportion, combination of what I call minor factors that are affecting their fertility. If fibroid is the only problem in the whole picture, what I mean is the sperm is above average, that's the motility, and the sperm parameters are above average. There is no air quality issue. The person is below 35. The person is eating clean. The person doesn't have any history of blood sugar or diabetes in their bloodline. There are no cyst or inflammatory issues like PCOS. There are no salient issues like thyroid. These are things that a lot of people, how many people really go through and do these labs? What we know are the symptoms. And when you have had a symptom for a very long time, it seems normal. Like some people will tell you that PMS is normal, right? They'll tell you that, they've been feeling that way. They know that they have to take time off work when they're on their periods because this is the way they feel. But it's not normal. I found out. I used to be that way. When it was horrible. Whenever I'm having my period, it's like horrible. I can't do anything. Like, I'm useless to myself and to everyone around. I can't do anything, right? Everybody knows. Until I did something about my lifestyle. Right now, even the color of the period, it matters. All these things really does matter. And when you make drastic changes, you will see. So it's a waste of time comparing your results, your journey to someone else's. It's a sheer waste of time. There are several things that, salient issues that may not be optimal, that you may not even know, that maybe your doctor may not know, because something like thyroid is a very salient issue. And it's not every general conventional practitioner, medical practitioner, has that area of focus. So they may not know until you probably run a comprehensive thyroid panel and you find that your thyroid why you're having issues, where you're having breast milk coming out from your breast and you're not breastfeeding, where you're having hair on your chin and on your chest, why the period is scanty, is running for 2 days in every month, and you're feeling like, oh, at least it even came out. These things are not normal, right? So there are a lot of things that we call minor critical factors, things like toxins. I speak loudly about toxins because I believe that they are not spoken as frequently as they should, and they are there. They are there. They are there on your food, right? That's why we have what we call the dated dozens, like some of the fruits that we have here. We intentionally, when I'm going to a new supermarket or a new shopping mall or something, I spend more time on the stores. I don't hurry, especially when I'm buying processed foods. I don't hurry. That's why I'm a biggie on fruits like bananas, avocados, because you peel the back, because the back is actually where they spray the pesticides, especially if you're importing them. Those of you that are eating imported foods, this is where they spray all the chemicals. So if you're eating fruits like you see in EWG, that's Environmental Working Group, they have Instagram pages, they have Facebook pages. You can go and look up the dated dozens. It's published every year. These are fruits that are heavily laden with toxins, pesticides. Why do you think the apple comes to you? The apple was harvested from maybe somewhere in Boston or somewhere in New Jersey or something, and it was shipped down through container, and it arrives in Lagos to you and it's looking very fresh. Why? Or those of you that go to seafood to buy frozen food, right? You buy the frozen food, you buy the chicken and all that. It's looking as fresh as, but that chicken was killed over a year ago. What kind of chemicals do you think they sprayed on it to make it fresh for you to eat? Then you steam the chicken and the turkey. You steam it and you use the water to cook the food because you call it chicken stock. And toxins cannot be boiled off. That's why I feel sorry for people that are still drinking tap water, especially in developed countries. It's laden with heavy metals. You can't boil it out. So if you say, oh, we are boiling it, you're only killing the the microorganisms. You're not killing, you can't get rid of the heavy metals by boiling. You can't get rid of chlorine by boiling. In fact, you make it more concentrated, right? If you're living in urban city, you can even smell the chlorine and the fluoride in your drinking water. Right, we'll have another talk about drinking water. I'm really very passionate about drinking because these are simple things, right, that we take for granted a lot, and we are like, okay, it doesn't matter. I was speaking with someone, I grew up, my mom grew up, we're drinking this water since we were born, and we are okay. And I'm looking at her, you're okay. In my mind, you're not okay, because she had bears. This is a young girl of about 21. She had bears, she has scanty period, she has very heavy PMS, right? I can see also signs of low air quality, even without running her lab. And I'm looking at her, and I'm seeing that she's not okay. And she doesn't see a problem with it because, we're born in this thing, but they are not normal. Where you have to consciously source for organic foods. Someone was asking me, what's a very simple way to know GMO? Because it's everywhere. Maybe next week I will show you guys. I bought 3 species of tomatoes. Yes, tomatoes. 3 species. One was this big. I'm not joking. I'm gonna bring it online and get you. The other one, the one that was this big, I bought it in a conventional big supermarket, right? This big. And it's the cheapest. It was the cheapest. Then another one was about this size. I bought it in an Indian store. That's why even when I travel, I look out for Indian, Asian, and Nigerian stores. I want to know where they are close to me. Because this is where you can get your most, especially if you live abroad or you travel or all that. This is where you can get your most organic produce. They really don't engage, especially if that area is domiciled with Indian, Spanish, you know, Asian. They are more organic eaters. So their shops stock are bringing their own food from their country. So that one that was about this size. No, this is even big. It wasn't this big. Like your normal tomatoes that you have in Nigeria. That's about the size. Then I found one that came from my, a neighbor's garden that the person planted. Very small. So one quick way to know GMO foods is because they know you have longer truth, so they make it very massive. You see the watermelon very big, like a 6-month-old, baby's head. You see the watermelon very massive. You see the pineapple very massive. So you see it in watermelon a lot. You see banana looking as big as plantain. You see massive eggs. That's how you know eggs that were caged and had a lot of, had a lot of antibiotics fed. See them, they are big because they know you like it big. So they make it big and cheap, and they think you are cheating the system. But it's all deliberate because the medical system is well funded and they have to make money, right? The doctors didn't go to school for them to come out and their own customers. What do you think? They are not pet doctors now, they are for human beings. So if human beings need to get sick for them to make money, sad as it is, I respect conventional medicine. I have a lot of medical practitioners I respect. Their holistic thinking, they have come to also understand that after their trainings, that what they are doing something differently at home. So these things are real, toxins are real, and in my book, the impacts, the untold story, I like how I coined the name of that, the untold story, impact of toxins on your fertility and your health. That book is a bestseller. I poured my heart and I spoke it like it has never been spoken about concerning toxins. You need to get your copy. Click the comment section. I think you can click, since you're on Instagram, click the link on the bio to get your copy. It's a must read, for especially unless you live in the village. If you live in an urban city, you must be aware. If not, sickness will aware you. If you are not aware, disease will aware you, because they're coming for your kids, they're coming for your husband. If you're a woman, they're coming for your spouse. They're coming for you. Yes, you must know. Else you pay the painful price of ignorance. You must know that your food that you're using your hard-earned money to buy is laden with toxins. And when you know, you can make a more informed decision, right? You are conscious of where you buy your stuff. You are conscious of, how you indulge and what you eat. Do you get? I will have some time to talk about also some of these things, in a more focused. So diet, sleep quality, also, these are all minor critical factors, right? Someone could say, oh, why is person popping on babies, but nobody, I've been trying for a while and all that. But you're the one that's running a 9 to 5, running 2 side businesses, have a lot of issues, carry your family issue, you can barely sleep, you're on sleep pills, you just came out of birth control, and you're comparing yourself with someone else that doesn't have those factors playing. These are all factors that play a role. Poor diet also. These are the things that we're going to, because diet plays an irreplaceable role in your fertility. I can't say it enough. And a lot of times when we say diet, people are thinking what I cook. No, it is what you drink also. Because our normal diet, right? Our average diet, what do we eat averagely? Rice, garri, beans, yam, plantain. They'll put small, I'll call it the vegetable sauce, right? And when we're thinking protein, we're thinking all the meat, frozen meat. We're thinking all the chicken, the turkey, right? Our diet is not sufficient, especially if you're trying for a child and you have a very strenuous lifestyle, because stress depletes the minerals in your body. Stress depletes the micronutrients in your body. It has to balance it up. So if you're not balancing it up with good diet, and your diet is, then you have to play the role. You must accept that you need certain supplements. That is why they are supplements. They supplement your deficiencies, right? Because there are two reasons why the body gets sick. I always tell people, but the body gets sick when the body is overladen with toxicity. The body gets it when there are deficiencies in micronutrients and minerals. These are the two reasons why the body gets sick. Once there is a replenishment and where there is a balance, getting rid of these toxins and balancing these deficiencies, sickness is nowhere to be found. I don't have paracetamol. I can't remember the last time I bought or asked for one, because I don't have need for it. It's not that I don't want to buy it. The ones that one time ended up being in my house, I don't even know how it got there. It expired, I'm not sure, because nobody has need for it. But I know people that in their makeup bag, there must be analgesics, there must be painkiller, there must be. Do you understand? Why? And they are younger than I am. Why? So that has a huge role. So if you know, especially maybe when I'm traveling or I'm very too busy to cook, I know I must supplement. Because if you don't, the body is going to tell you that it needs support. And that's why we talk about So Precious approved supplements. We have a couple of them we have shared on our platforms, ranging from different needs, right? We're going to be talking about the specific ones for fertility. And that brings me to talk about the So Precious elixir drink. It is a wonder-working drink. I can't say it enough. In fact, when you come, no matter how simple or complex a fertility issue is, I first ask you to go and start using the So Precious elixir drink. A lot of times, people feel better. The symptoms are reduced. People that have missing menses, people that have scanty periods, people that have serious inflammatory issues, PMS issues, the symptoms drastically start reducing from the first week of using the So Precious elixir drink. The testimonies is like clockwork. Like I expect it. I can bet money on it. It has been working year on year, and it's gotten expensive, yes, because I'm not making them. They are not So Precious products. They are just a combination of good products that I made in the lab. I put together their combination in the perfect ratios, and I found out that when people use them for a period of time, they see results because it addresses those fundamental issues, right? So this is what we're talking about. The So Precious elixir drink is a fundamental prenatal drink that we recommend once you enroll in any of our fertility program, no matter how simple or complex the challenge is. So the So Precious 7 days fertility detox challenge, you need to get the elixir drink pack. It is not made in Nigeria. It's imported. So we help. The beautiful thing is I have a partnership and franchise with the manufacturers. So shipping them in is a lot easier for me. In less than 2 weeks, you get it once you pre-order. But you have to pre-order to have them, right? So get them because we will need them for the 7 days fertility detox challenge. They are very fundamental. We're going to share with you how to use them. We're also going to give you free meal plans. You know what you're going to be using and eating and drinking and at what ratios. It is not a weight loss. We want to make babies. We're not. This program is not for you to lose weight. So you're going to eat good food, right? That your body needs to make babies. These babies we want to make. It's not weight. This program is not a weight loss program. Yes, we have weight loss clients, but for the detox challenge, it's specifically for those that want to visit their in-laws in December, right? It's first trimester. Baby bump. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. Because the year is almost gone and we have to do what we have to do, okay? So there are things that we need to give attention to. Our fertility programs are very enabling. That's the beautiful part. I can tell you that the biggest challenge we have right now is taking in people. And we don't take in everyone. If you're very disbelieving, if you're very negative in thinking, if you have totally given up on yourself and you're very critical of things, probably because of the experiences you've had, we may have a challenge taking you in because So Precious brand is faith-based. You must understand that. So nothing just happens, right? We have seen cases that came. I had a woman, that came. Her faith inspired my own faith. She was 45. She was like, I'm like, sister, let us just prepare you for IVF, because one, you're not ready to do the healthy living thing, you're too lazy to abide to our protocols and all that. Let's just prepare you for IVF. She was like, no, that she wants to do it natural. She's ready. You know, she made some commitments and all that. I was inspired. I was like, yes. I was about to say, no, we can't take you in. But I said, if you're ready to do this, then let's start. Your faith is all that we need to do it. Let's do this. Right? And she had a baby. She had a 2022 baby. And she joined late 2021. She was in the last set of the So Precious group coaching program in late 2021. She conceived in 2022. I had a 2022 baby. So I have seen so many miracles not to believe in miracles. She was 45 at the time of when she had her baby. I've seen cases where when I saw the doctor's report, I'm like, dear Lord, how are we going to do this? You know, we need a miracle for this to happen. And then it happened. So I have decided not to give up on anyone. Once you are ready to commit 100%, you do what we ask you to do. We have seen too many miracles not to believe in miracles. Seriously, we have seen too many hopeless situations where we're like, okay, you know, we'll just do our best and just see what God can do. And we have seen it happen over and over again. So we need you to believe in what we're doing. We need you to believe in the God you serve. We need you to be committed, right? It is not, I'm not hypocritical. Everything I practice, I preach. Do I have treat days? Yes. I have days where, you know, I take ice cream, I take pizza, but it's not every day, right? Once a week because of inflammation, right? Because of inflammation, because I have come to understand my body. I am self-aware. I know I have gluten and dairy sensitivities. So when I take ice cream and pizza, I know in the next 48 hours, I'm going to feel inflammatory issues. I'm going to wake up feeling brain fog. My face may wake up feeling very swollen. These are inflammatory issues. So I have to balance it up. Right? I have to do my abo. In my family, they go with the native doctor. I have to do some detox, right, to balance up the body. That's how I'm able to wear the clothes that I was wearing before I gave birth. It's difficult for me to admit. It's difficult for the weight to stay. Why? Because of my lifestyle. I indulge. I have fun. I have friends. You know, I go out with friends. When I go out, I'm not doing dieting. But when I come inside the house, there is a structure in the house that ensures that we enjoy ourselves, we enjoy our meals, and we eat the right things. I remember, like I said, if you don't have the right things around, you can't eat them, right? It's only when you have the right things you eat. If you don't have banana, and what you have is in the fridge is chocolate, when you're feeling hungry, would you say, let me go and buy banana? No. You eat what you have available. And before you know it, you know, there will be issues. So we don't want to see you run out of time altogether. If you are not able to join our fertility, any of our fertility coaching programs in this year, now the window is open, and there is just the number of people that we can take at a time. There is just so much we can do at a time. So the waiting list has a limited number. Once that number is hit, we close the doors, and you have to wait to enroll next year. We're not going to have any other fertility detox challenge in 2023. This is the last one. So take advantage of it, you know, and take action now to better your life. It's very, very important, because what our practice does is to bridge the gap. A lot of people say, oh, I've seen the doctor, but it's as if the doctor is not understanding what I'm feeling. If that is your story, then you need to join. You need to join. I hear a lot of that. They say, oh, I've seen the doctor who ran there's no kind of test, and they even use me as guinea pig, choking to the time I bomb and all that. Yet, what I'm explaining to them, they are not understanding it. If that is your story, then you need to join the upcoming 7 days fertility detox challenge. It is for you, because what we do is to bridge the gap between science and self-care. That is the part that your doctor cannot do for you, self-care. Your doctor cannot sit down. The conventional medical doctor will not sit down and start talking to you about fertility diet. Start talking to you about hormone balancing. Start talking to you about the use of holistic measures, you know, to what interpretation of what your periods mean, what the color of your menses mean, how you can get rid of your breathing. Probably in next session, I'm going to share with you. You know, every year I run my annual test. Like I said, I'm not hypocritical. I practice what I preach. Every year I run a total body test to actually be even sure that what I'm even doing is even working for me. And those of you that have known my story, that fibroids was one of my major. In fact, when I got pregnant, my doctor then was concerned that, you know, I may lose the baby because of the positions and the quantity and qualities of the kind of fibroids that I had. Okay, so and even when I you know, gave birth and all that, they were still, you know, because I was still recouping and grooming. Then after postpartum, I started intensely practicing holistic health and wellness. When I did my lab test this is 2023, just a few months ago, this is the month of August, this was 3 months ago, there were no fibroids. There were none. And I can tell you that the way fibroids are tailored are to regrow. Fibroids, they regrow. They are like colonies, right? Those of you that have seen them in your labs. They form around each other. And what fits them is lifestyle and diet. So how come I don't have fibroids anymore? Meanwhile, fibroids was one of the diagnoses why I couldn't get pregnant. Why even when I got pregnant, I was told that the baby couldn't stay. Lifestyle, what changed? Lifestyle and diet. Not discipline. I don't preach self-discipline. Like, if you bring in cake, if your fridge is filled with cake, fizzy drink, soda drink, you know, and all the small nonsense, like my cousin will say small nonsense. That's what you're gonna eat. So I don't preach self-discipline. If I see it in the fridge, I'm gonna eat it. So what do? That's what we preach in one of my books also. You know, Slim Despite My Fat Genes. We talked about the psychological effect of how people get fat unintentionally. If it's in the house, you're going to eat it. So I don't preach self-discipline. Oh, discipline yourself, can't you come? No. Forget self-control. If it's in the house, you're going to eat it. If it's in your pantry, your kitchen, your fridge, you're going to eat it. So what do? You put the right food right there. You can see it. So this is my work desk. I'm seeing the food. If I'm feeling peckish, I have nuts here. I have fruit here. I have my herbal tea here. I have clean water. But if I'm surrounding myself with the wrong things, that's what you're going to eat. And before you know it, you start coloring, start feeding the PCOS, start feeding the fibroids. And that's when you hear that somebody said, oh, I went for fibroid surgery. Oh, you know, then they found out that the fibroid has regrown again. What happened? What changed? Your diet and your lifestyle. These are the things that we're going to be talking about. And the So Precious Fertility Talk Challenge is definitely not for everybody, like I've said. I'm after people like me. People that want to leave no stone unturned, people that want to commit 100%, people that want to leave nothing to chance. Okay, I'm not going to when we run the detox challenge, we're not dealing with moderate or medium scale. No, we're dealing with people that want results. Like, you want to go for Christmas with first trimester skipped and done. Those are the people that I'm looking for, determined for results. Not everybody, I agree, has the diligence. Not everybody has, you know, the determination, the what's it called, the tenacity, right?